You won't believe what just happened. Logan Paul just crossed a line that no one saw coming. And honestly, I'm still trying to process the absolute chaos that unfolded on Monday Night Raw. The Maverick didn't just burn bridges, he torched the entire foundation of what we thought was loyalty in WWE. And when he called out Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate himself, we need to talk about this right now because what went down could reshape the entire landscape of WWE heading into WrestleMania season. What's up, WrestleScope family? If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell because we're about to dive deep into one of the most explosive moments in recent WWE history. Let me set the scene for you. Monday Night Raw. The crowd is electric. Logan Paul's music hits and he walks out with that smug grin we've all come to know, but something feels different. There's an edge to him, an arrogance that's dialed up to 11. He grabs the microphone and within seconds, he does the unthinkable. He turns on the Vision. Now, I know what you're thinking, another heel turn, really? But here's the thing that's got me absolutely fired up, and I want you to sound off in the comments below. Logan Paul just spit in the face of everyone who believed in the brotherhood angle. For months, we watched Logan and the Vision build what looked like genuine respect. We saw the training montages on social media, we heard the interviews about mutual admiration, the Vision even defended Logan when critics said he didn't belong in a WWE ring. And how does Logan repay him? With a brutal, calculated, vicious assault that left the Vision laid out in the center of the ring while Logan stood over him like he'd just conquered the world. But it gets worse. As the Vision is struggling to get back to his feet, selling the betrayal both physically and emotionally, Logan grabs the mic again. The crowd is already losing their minds, booing so loud you can barely hear him speak. And then he says the words that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. Brock Lesnar, yeah, I said it, the beast. You think you're the biggest draw in this company? You think you're the attraction? I'm Logan Paul. I have 25 million subscribers. I've got a following that makes your MMA career look like a hobby. And if you want to prove you're still relevant, if you want to show the world that the old guard can hang with new generation superstars, then step into my ring. Can we just acknowledge the audacity, the sheer disrespect? Logan Paul, who's had what, maybe 10 professional wrestling matches, is calling out a man who's decimated everyone from The Undertaker to John Cena? A man who's conquered UFC? The same Brock Lesnar who makes grown men look like children when he hits them with an F5? Drop a comment right now and tell me, is Logan Paul completely delusional, or is this the most brilliant heat-generating move we've seen all year? Because I'm genuinely torn. Now, let's talk about the Vision for a moment, because this man deserves his flowers and our sympathy. Here's a veteran who actually vouched for Logan Paul, who went on podcasts and said, give this kid a chance. He's not just a YouTuber playing a wrestler, he's legitimately training. He respects the business. The Vision put his reputation on the line to legitimize Logan in the eyes of hardcore wrestling fans. He mentored him. He showed him the ropes backstage. He protected him from locker room politics that could have eaten Logan alive. And this is the thanks he gets? A super kick followed by what looked like a modified skull-crushing finale onto the steel steps? The imagery was brutal. The Vision's face, the pain, the shock, the betrayal in his eyes, that wasn't just good acting. That was a man who genuinely believed in a bond and had it shattered in front of millions of viewers. WWE's cameras captured every agonizing second, and the production team knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted us to feel that betrayal. They wanted us to be as blindsided as the Vision himself. And you know what makes this even more compelling? The Vision still hasn't issued a response. His social media has been radio silent since Monday Night Raw went off the air. No angry tweets, no cryptic Instagram posts, just silence. And that silence is deafening because it could mean one of two things. One, he's so hurt, so betrayed that he can't even formulate words yet. He's processing the destruction of what he thought was a genuine friendship. Or two, and this is the scary possibility, he's planning something. He's in that dark place, the place where logic gets clouded by revenge, where all he can see is making Logan Paul pay for what he did. Either way, when the vision finally speaks, the wrestling world is going to stop and listen. But back to the real talking point here, Logan calling out Brock Lesnar. Let's break down why this is either the dumbest or the smartest move Logan could have made, and I'm genuinely not sure which one it is yet. From a kayfabe perspective, Logan has officially written a check his body probably can't cash. Brock Lesnar is the final boss of professional wrestling. He's the guy you don't call out unless you have a death wish or a really good insurance policy. This is a man who's made a career out of breaking people. His entire mystique is built on being an unstoppable force of nature who shows up, destroys whoever WWE puts in front of him, and leaves with Paul Heyman trailing behind, counting money. Logan Paul weighs, 199 pounds soaking wet? Brock Lesnar is 286 pounds of pure muscle and legitimate athletic ability. When Brock hits you with a German suplex, you don't just sell it, you legitimately question your life choices. When he locks in the Chimera lock, grown men have tapped within seconds because the pain is unbearable. So what is Logan thinking? Well, here's where it gets interesting from the real-world perspective. Logan Paul is a master manipulator of media and attention. This isn't a criticism, it's an observation of fact. The man knows how to generate buzz. He knows how to make people talk. He knows that controversy creates cash, and calling out the biggest name in the company, a part-timer who rarely appears, guarantees that every wrestling media outlet, every podcast, every YouTube channel like this one is going to be talking about Logan Paul for weeks. But there's another layer here that I think some people are missing. Logan might be betting on Brock not responding. Think about it. Brock's schedule is notoriously limited. He works specific dates. He's not going to show up to every Raw to cut promos. So Logan gets to run his mouth, build heat, get nuclear reactions from crowds, and potentially never have to actually face the consequences of his challenge. It's brilliant heel work if that's the play. He looks tough calling out the beast, but if Brock doesn't show up, Logan can claim Brock is scared or washed up or not worth his time. The heat grows, the matches with other opponents matter more because fans are dying to see someone shut Logan up. And WWE can save the actual Logan-Brock confrontation for a massive pay-per-view moment down the line, if it ever happens at all. But here's the thing that has me legitimately excited about this whole situation. What if Brock does show up? What if next week on Raw, Paul Heyman's music hits and he walks out with that knowing smirk, microphone in hand, ready to accept Logan's challenge on behalf of his client, the reigning, defending, conquering beast? The pop would be insane. The segment would immediately become one of the most watched moments of the year. And the eventual match, whether it happens at the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, or dare I say WrestleMania, that's a legitimate attraction that would draw mainstream attention. Because love him or hate him, Logan Paul does bring eyeballs. His social media status means people who don't normally watch wrestling tune in when he's featured. Pair him with Brock Lesnar, and you've got the recipe for something WWE hasn't had in years, a true crossover moment that transcends the wrestling bubble. Now, let's zoom out for a second and look at what this all means for WWE's storytelling moving forward, because this isn't happening in a vacuum. We're in a new era of WWE. Triple H is running creative. The product feels different. Storylines have long-term planning. Character motivations make sense. And this Logan Paul situation, it fits perfectly into that vision. The betrayal of the vision creates an immediate, personal storyline with emotional stakes. Fans are invested in seeing the Vision get his revenge. That's a program that can run for months with multiple chapters. You've got the initial confrontation, the mind games, the allies getting involved, potentially culminating in a grudge match at a major pay-per-view where the Vision finally gets his hands on Logan. Meanwhile, the Brock Lesnar call-out creates the spectacle. It creates the anything can happen feeling that makes people tune in each week. Will Brock show up? Will he ignore Logan completely? Will Paul Heyman respond on Brock's behalf? Every possibility creates talking points and keeps Logan at the center of WWE's conversation. And here's something I haven't seen many people discuss yet. What if this is setting up a double program for Logan? What if he's feuding with the Vision while simultaneously poking the bear with Brock Lesnar? That would position Logan as one of the most prominent heels in the company. Someone so arrogant, so delusional, that he thinks he can handle multiple main event level threats at once. The ego on display would be astronomical. And in wrestling, when you give fans a character to truly despise, someone whose comeuppance they're desperate to see, you've struck gold. Because those are the heels that sell tickets. Those are the heels that make babyfaces into stars when they finally overcome them. Think about it. If the Vision destroys Logan in their inevitable match, he becomes a made man in WWE. He's the guy who shut up the cocky celebrity. He's avenged his honor and proven that respect matters in this business. That's a star-making moment. And if somehow, some way, Logan actually gets a match with Brock Lesnar, especially if Brock absolutely destroys him in 5 minutes, Logan will have shared a ring with a legend. He'll have proven he can hang at the highest level, even in defeat. It elevates everyone involved. But I'd be remiss if I didn't address the elephant in the room, the backlash. Because, oh boy, has there been backlash. Wrestling Twitter, and yes, I know, considering Twitter wrestling discourse is like drinking from a fire hose of bad takes, but the discourse has been intense. You've got purists saying Logan doesn't deserve to share a ring with Brock Lesnar, that he hasn't paid his dues, that giving him this spotlight takes away from wrestlers who've been grinding in the indies for 15 years. And look, I understand that frustration. I really do. But here's my counter-argument, and I want you to engage with this in the comments. WWE is a business, and businesses need to attract viewers, sell tickets, and generate revenue. Logan Paul, whether you like him or not, accomplishes those goals. His matches have consistently overperformed. His social media presence brings new eyes to the product. His willingness to take risks in the ring, jumping off cages, taking crazy bumps, shows a commitment to entertaining that many of us didn't expect from a celebrity wrestler. Does that mean he should immediately be thrust into a program with Brock Lesnar? That's the question WWE's creative team is banking on you debating. That's the discourse they want happening because it keeps WWE in the cultural conversation. The reality is this. Wrestling has always featured celebrities. Mr. T at WrestleMania 1, Mike Tyson helping create the Attitude Era, Floyd Mayweather wrestling at WrestleMania 24, Bad Bunny putting on legitimately great matches in recent years. Logan Paul is just the latest in a long line of outsiders coming in, and honestly, he's been better than most. So while I understand the frustration from some corners of the fan base, I also think we need to acknowledge that Logan is playing his role perfectly. He's supposed to make you angry. He's supposed to make you want to see him get his comeuppance. That's heel work at its finest. So, where do we go from here? Let me give you my predictions, and I want you to tell me if I think I'm right or completely off base. Short term, the Vision returns next week on Raw, possibly interrupting Logan Paul during a promo. We get a heated confrontation, they have to be separated by security and other wrestlers. This builds tension for a match at the next pay-per-view. Probably the Royal Rumble if the timing works out, or potentially Elimination Chamber. Meanwhile, regarding Brock Lesnar, I think we get a Paul Heyman segment within the next 2 weeks. Heyman will do what Heyman does best, cut a promo that's simultaneously hilarious and terrifying. He'll acknowledge Logan's challenge, probably mock him a bit, but leave the door open just enough that fans aren't sure if Brock will actually show up. The game here is keeping people guessing. If Brock immediately accepts, there's no mystery. If Heyman immediately dismisses Logan, the story dies. But if Heyman plays it perfectly, my client finds your challenge amusing, the beast incarnate will respond when and if he deems you worthy of his time, then you've got ongoing tension that can play out over months. Long term, I genuinely think we're building toward a multi-man situation. Maybe it's Logan versus the Vision versus another opponent at WrestleMania. Maybe it's Logan in the Royal Rumble trying to prove himself, only to get eliminated by Brock Lesnar in devastating fashion, setting up a match down the line. The beauty of this storyline is its flexibility. WWE can pivot based on fan reaction, based on Brock's availability, based on how Logan performs in his next few matches. That's smart booking in the modern era. Look, at the end of the day, Monday Night Raw gave us a moment that people are going to be talking about for weeks, possibly months. Logan Paul turned on the Vision in dramatic fashion and then had the audacity to call out Brock Lesnar. Whether you love it or hate it, you're talking about it. You're engaged. And that's what WWE wants. My take? I'm cautiously optimistic. If WWE handles this correctly, if they give the Vision his moment of revenge, if they don't rush the Brock Lesnar angle, if they let Logan's heel work breathe and build, this could be one of the best storylines of 2025. But I want to hear from you. Head down to the comments right now and tell me, 1. Do you think Logan Paul crossed the line by calling out Brock Lesnar, or is this exactly the kind of heat-generating move a heel should make? 2. What should the Vision's response be? Should he attack Logan on sight, or should he play mind games first? And 3. If Logan versus Brock actually happens, who wins and how does it end? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the algorithm show this video to more wrestling fans like you. If you're not already subscribed to WrestleScope, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our analysis of the biggest moments in WWE, AEW, and wrestling worldwide. Share this video with your wrestling friends because I guarantee they're arguing about this Logan Paul situation right now and they need to see our breakdown. Until next time, WrestleScope family, keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep being the smartest wrestling fans on the internet. I'll see you in the next one.